Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu attends 2023 Lord Mayor's Show in London, state government kick against construction on wetland, and Governor Sanwo-Olu flags off construction of Lagos Film City. Let's kick off the show from the United Kingdom, where the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says Lagos is ready for bigger business for the state to take over the world in the financial and economic space. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who spoke during an interview with Channels Television in London about Lagos' participation at the Lord Mayor's Show, says the invitation extended to Lagos is indeed a testament to the upward economic trajectory of the state.
A display of culture on the streets of London. Some Nigerians are here for the Lord Mayor's Show, an annual event that has been running for over 800 years. For the first time, the occasion is having African representation, including Lagos, flying the flag for Nigeria. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is here to pitch the benefits of international investment. This roadshow by some Nigerians is to highlight what the Lagos State government can bring to the table for foreign partnership.
Well, in the visionary actions of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, which is always focused on taking Lagos not just locally but internationally, it shows his vision for a greater Lagos to truly rise. Being the lead of the diaspora office, I know the importance of the diaspora, being the ambassadors, being our arms and feet to communicate to the international community what we have to offer to the world. Lagos being the 5th largest economy in Africa, the startup capital in Africa, the home of the red line, the blue line, the future film city in Ekpe, the place where possibilities happen, the center of excellence, the city of aquatic splendor, is home to international investors and also the diaspora. And we're encouraging people that we are propagating this message of Lagos being the international financial center of Africa, in fact, of the world. Let them come and build their business here. We want to call on foreign investors from China, from UK, from Europe, all around the world. But we also want to call on the diaspora. With your £100, your £10,000, your £100,000, there's investment in real estate, in tourism, in logistics, in general business in Lagos. You cannot find anywhere else that gives the kind of returns on investment. And when you go with Babajide Sanwo-Olu at the helm of affairs in Lagos, you can be sure that the ease of doing business, it's very, very high. You can easily do business, and we are here to support you to ensure that you get information and you can integrate properly so that your investment can flourish.
What we've demonstrated today is that Lagos State as a mega city is now open for business to the entire world. We're incredibly honored to actually be here, showcasing the fact that there's so many sectorial opportunities for investment and strategic partnerships in Lagos. And we look forward to lots of subsequent discussions and opportunities. And as you can see, our culture is second to none. You can see that a lot of interest has already been generated online, and I expect that now that we're involved, a lot of further African countries will also be taking part.
Over 800 years of this show, this is the first time an African country is coming. Not only an African country, but a subnational, Lagos City. So this is the first time that a subnational is participating from the continent of Africa. That is historic, you know. It is very, very, very important to us, and we love it. We're happy to be here, you know, because we also want the world to know that we exist. And we have made a statement today, if you know that. You know, we have announced ourselves to the world. We're also telling them that Lagos is open for business, and of course, serious business.
Stakeholders in the private sector also here to support the steps taken by Lagos State.
I came here and I saw a gentleman, Nigerian descent, walking, and says he's been doing this for 10 years. This is the first time he's seen Africa. This is the first time he's seen Nigeria. These are people who live in England, and they're so elated, and that's what it is. We're representing not just Nigeria, we're representing Africa, and we're creating value for Africa in the world.
I think today was the fulfillment of the vision that we had for Lagos. We had hoped to portray Lagos in the right light on the world stage, and I think that we achieved that today.
We're super delighted today to be partnering with Lagos State to showcase the vibrant Lagos culture, the vibrant Lagos environment, and as you can see on the float, Lagos is open for business, and we're delighted with the reception we've gotten from people on the roads. But we're not just here for the fanfare alone. We're doing a little bit more, and we want to let the investing public know that Lagos is the destination to be when you're thinking of investment on the continent. When you're thinking of transactions on the continent, you have to be in the biggest economy. When you're thinking of doing business, you have to think of the biggest culture, the biggest vibrant environment you can be. And things are doing very well in Lagos right now. Security is at its best, business is thriving, the government is hungry to make an impact, and that's why we are delighted as the private sector to work with government to create the change we want to see.
For Governor Sanwo-Olu, it is an opportunity to place Lagos on the map of the world.
We're truly excited that they've extended this invitation to us. Lagos being the largest, most populous, most diverse city in Africa, with the largest economy, and we are here to sort of like come and identify with the Lord Mayor, with the City of London, but more importantly, to be able to sell what Lagos has. You know, there's a plan to make Lagos one of the international financial center. It's a big, you know, Boston city already, but we want the world to know more about us and to know all of the great things that we're doing. So we're here to display our culture, to display part of our heritage, and to display who we are, so that we can open Lagos up for business. London and the City of London is known to be the oldest and the most diversified city in the world. So a partnership with Lagos is a plus for both of us, right? So we're excited that we're the first African city to have been so invited. And you can see other cities of the world, nations of the world also here, right? And so there's no better time for us to sell ourselves. You can say that we're 100 years behind, yes, but we'll catch up, you know, and that's why there's never a better time but now, right? And there's so many things that is happening, you know. Is it the culture? Is it the music? Is it the entertainment? You know, is it the leadership that we have in the country now? We are here to sell it and to utilize the opportunity that this show presents for us and take it further. There are several meetings we'll be having, there are several side events that we'll be having, dinners and the rest of it, so that we can put Lagos onto map of the world, that we're ready for business, we're ready to interact, we're ready to engage, we're ready to open up, you know, and be just that, you know, outstanding city that we all know it to be.
Lagos, being the first state in the whole of Africa to take part in the Lord Mayor show, means a lot to the state government, which is ready to leverage on the platform to transform the state into an international financial center notable around the world.
Back home to the commercial city, the Lagos State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, has kicked against all forms of construction on wetland, particularly the one in Magodo Phase 2, to prevent heavy flooding in Lagos. He was speaking during an inspection of canal path across the state, where he also reacted to the demolition exercise, which took place at Okeafa, Jakonde, Isolo area of the state.
The Lagos State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, and his team kick off the inspection of drainage channels from Dodan Barracks of Balinde to assess the blocked channels within the barracks. No visible drainage behind the barracks and the environment looks unkempt. The team had to walk through a plank to link other streets. Next stop is Norman William Street, Ikoyi, to see the level of compliance for the 2-meter setback approved by the Ministry of Environment for property owners. The journey continues to Mautu area of Lagos to see the land allocated for wastewater project. He also visits Okeafa, Isolo, where some structures blocking a canal path have been demolished. Those affected have taken the matter to court, and the commissioner responds to the issues.
Our stop at Ikoyi was to assess the level of compliance with respect to the enforcement for the secondary collector, the 2-meter enforcement, and then see how we can clear and distill the blocked collector that had affected the State House. And you all saw it yourself. It's ongoing. Major work has to still be done. We've not done most of the things we expected to do by now, but it had reduced drastically the flooding for the State House. Outside the State House, we also took a walk around Norman Williams, and we've seen the level of compliance. And then on the Awolowo Road part of it, we've seen the level of compliance for the 2 meters. Then we went to Isolo. The Lagos State Wastewater Agency is meant to take care of the wastewater for the estate. They have a major asset on that axis. Incidentally, there are 1 or 2 issues that we had resolved on the directive of Mr. Governor. So we just went to check the assets for them and then secure it for them so they can have direct access to it. And then from there went to Okeafa. Okeafa is very instructive. People built and closed up the canal, the path for the water, built and closed it up. And then over the years, they will be abusing the government with respect to flooding. So they also took the government to court. So some days back, the court struck out the matter, and then the government had to go to site to clear up the water part for the secondary collector. And that was what we went to check at Okeafa, the level of enforcement to enable the contractor, which had been mobilized, go to site and do his work and line up that part for the secondary collector that will take the water to System 6.
At Magodo Phase 2, some individuals are making plans to build on wetland, an idea the government says must be forgotten to prevent a replica of Ogunisheri flood.
Magodo, we received a lot of petitions with respect to the back and forth between communities and then the Magodo residents. For us, as Ministry of Environment and Water Resources, that is not even our own remit. Our remit is to come and see the state of the wetland. And what we have seen before now, I'm glad the PAMSEC is here. We had placed a signpost on the land that this is wetland. You can't build on a wetland. So if people say that, if they claim they have a layout, they have whatever approval, I'm waiting for the approval to build on the wetland. And the reason why we are doing this is we don't want a repeat of what we are experiencing at the Isheri Osun axis of Lagos and Ogun. That will be a child's play to this. And I'm glad we have seen it. And we had reassured the residents association chairman that as a ministry, our position on wetland remains, and we shall ensure we enforce it.
The chairman of the area commends the government but appeals for alternative wetland outside Magodo.
The government is an institution, and the government has the will and wherewithal. What we are saying currently is that let's look at the formed environment, the environment that has a culture, the environment that has an habit currently, and you want to distort that environment with an access to the wetland, which we are saying that, look, it is not done that way. If you are having a remodelization of estates or urban areas, the most important thing for you is not to distort the existing environment. So what we are saying is this: the government has wherewithal to have an alternative access to the wetland. We proposed many access to the wetland through Otedola Bridge, through agility. We defended this during the Kosofe Modern City Plan in June this year, and we stated our points and our solutions and our suggestions. It's a threat to us, and that is what we are asking, that the government to please look at alternatives to the wetland, but rather than having it through the existing Magodo Phase 2.
The state government says it will continue to carry out environmental enforcement exercise to ensure Lagos remains safe from flooding and natural disasters.
Finally on the program, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has laid the first foundation blocks for the development of the Lagos Film City in Ekpe, an ecosystem of creative cinematography, tourism, entertainment, and learning center for those in the creative industry.
Combining passion with skills and building capacity of young Nigerians in the creative sector is the focus of Del Yor Group as it gets set to train those interested in film production in Lagos State. Del Yor Group is working closely with the Lagos State government to redefine the entertainment and creative industry with a plan to develop the Lagos Film City in Ekpe on 100 hectares of land, a deal signed last year by both partners. This initiative has brought together the Lagos State government, Del Yor Group, and top filmmakers in Nollywood for the flag-off of the Dream Project.
The idea behind the Lagos Film City is to create an ecosystem that bridges the gap between academia and industry. And we are just supporters in this venture. And our hope is that each and everyone understands the role that is needed for us to be able to make this work. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of this country will be determined by the men and women who are sitting in this room, who are creatives, but at the same time, who have made up their minds that they will see that this project is brought to fruition. What we're doing here today is to identify the latent talents that lie within the creative industry, refine them, and turn them from artisan players to players who will change the face of our industry.
The Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture says the idea to embark on the Film City project was initiated during the governor's transition period in 2019, adding that the project required committed investors and partners to bring it to life.
The Lagos Film City will serve as all-in-one, a facility with leisure, entertainment, learning, infrastructure. It will also have accommodations and numerous state-of-art studios to support television, radio, and film, ranging from pre-production, post-production, distribution, among others. The Lagos Film City will be the biggest in Africa, not in name only, but also in content, quality, and offerings it will give the creative industry. The fact that a project like this and of this magnitude is being undertaken vis-a-vis a public-private partnership initiative is an excellent testimony of the integrity and robustness of the Lagos State government's economic policies and finance. The world is watching us here today, and members of the international community are here. I can say to you guys, our doors are open. Open to you to invest in this opportunity to give our creative industry the boost that it needs. We also welcome our citizens in the diaspora who are interested in partnering with the state government on this initiative. The coming on stream of the Lagos Film City is a further testament of the commitment of the Sanwo-Olu administration to invest in infrastructure and create an enabling environment for global new economy to thrive in Lagos State.
The Elejiri of Ejiri, Oba Rafiu Balogun, commends the state government for bringing the initiative to Ekpe, describing the film city as the first modern project to be brought to the town decades after the colonial masters left.
I'm indeed highly elated for this honor in my kingdom. There's no doubt that the natural endowment deposited in the new city of Ejiri will greatly enhance the desired development of this film city project. Consequently, my dream and aspiration of Lagos State for this project is a continuous growth as a mega city that can adequately compare with similar cities all over the world. The coming of the Film City project will no doubt make a significant impact in Nigeria, especially in the area of social and commercial activities, which will add to the growth of Lagos State as a major city, as a mega city in the world.
One of the top producers in the Nollywood industry, Femi Adebayo, who spoke on behalf of his colleagues, says the project represents the collective enthusiasm of the art practitioners that will make their job easier in the nearest future.
I would only say thank you like others have done. Your Excellency, in so many ways you have shown support to the entertainment industry, not only for those practicing entertainment in Lagos, but in Nigeria as a whole. But this you have done today gives us that much confidence that at any point in time, your door is open for the entertainers.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who sealed the public-private partnership to develop a one-stop campus for learning, explains that the project will create a global appeal and also boost the economy of Lagos State.
Over 4.5 years ago, we conceived and we birthed our economic agenda under the team's agenda. And for the next 4 years, we've added another flavor to it, which I've called the Teams Plus agenda. The plus is to refresh it, to rebrand, and to further equip it, to ensure that there's every aspect of social inclusion. And that's why we're here today, to ensure that the youth have a space, and to ensure that there's equity and there's gender balance in everything that we do. Very intentional and very deliberate. But however, in the teams and in the fifth pillar is entertainment and tourism. So it's not that we're here just because we woke up and we think we should do it. We are here because we are giving it a thought, a very, very deep, robust vision, a very deep thought process that we said, these are the things that we need to be doing. These are the things that will indeed change completely the skyline for us and the way we see ourselves. Globally, we know where this industry is. Data shows that it's available, that the entertainment and media industry controls about $2.5 trillion by year 2022, especially after COVID in 2020, right? That industry needed to rebirth and get he had to get back to space very quickly. Currently, the entertainment industry contributes less than 2% into our own nation's GDP. We're projecting that by 2030, which is just a couple of years away, we should have close to 5% to 6% of the GDP of our country being controlled by the movie and the film industry. And so the film city is not just about bricks and mortar. It's about the people that would walk through the doors and breathe life into the spaces. It's about the dreams that will be realized, the stories that will be told, and the impact that will be made. Our creative community will be the birthing heart of the Lagos Film City. and we're committed to providing them with resources, with support. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on this all-important journey here today, I want to call on all of you stakeholders, all of you filmmakers, all investors, educators, traditional institutions, entertainers at large, to join hands with us to create the success of the film city. The glory of God, this site, in 2 years, in 2.5 years, will have become a site that will come and do, by the grace of God, the first commissioning of the sets of infrastructure and buildings that will be here for the Lagos Film City.
With this groundbreaking ceremony, Del York Group and its partner are optimistic that the project will be a dynamic citadel for a talented workforce in the creative industry.
That's the program for this week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until next time, remember to keep our environment clean, obey the Lagos State traffic laws and regulations, and of course, above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.